Okay, so we'll make a start. So today we're going to start just by standing quietly, listening to the body. So everything to do with Tai Chi and Qigong comes from this ability to embody the awareness, to really feel what it feels like to be in the body and move from that perspective. So just floating the head top up, feeling the space above the head top, the back of the neck, relaxing and opening, soften the throat, the jaw. Just relax around the eyes, the temples, the forehead. Feel the shoulders relaxing, spreading to the sides and falling away to the hands as the head top floats up. Soften the front of the body and let the breathing come and go naturally. Keep the teeth and lips lightly together, the tongue against the palate. And if saliva builds up in the mouth, this is a good thing. And swish it around the mouth before you swallow. So let it build up for a few minutes before swallowing. Then you go into your feet, you're relaxing, you're feeling your feet on the ground, the 3 points in the foot, approximating to the net weight being in the center of the foot, the bubbling well point, toes relaxed, ankles neutral, knees neutral, hips relaxed and open. Just feel the weight flowing down, increasing, pressing into the ground, and the support of the ground pushing back, just effortlessly supporting us. So we stand between heaven and earth, head top representing heaven, a yang ascending energy, and the feet connecting with the earth, with the ground, and that feeling of the descending yin weight energy. So just relaxing, calm, centered. So between heaven and earth, the point for human is in the dantian. So just relaxing and feeling the center, 3 finger widths below the belly button. You have the chi hai on the front at a similar height at the back. You have the ming mang, and inside the body you have the dantian. So you're just relaxing and breathing. Soften the front of the body. Yeah, so we have these 3 reference points: head top, ground contact, dantian in the middle. So just standing and feeling, just bringing in awareness of those 3 points. Mindfully embodied, calm and present in your own body in the moment. Noticing the top, the bottom, and the middle. Try to relax and open the joints. So sometimes people can think, when they think relax, they slightly sit a slump. But the body wants to be full. It doesn't want to be slumped, but you don't want to be holding the body either. So don't do this and don't do this. Okay, this is too yin. This is too yang. Even this is too yang. Just relax. Soft, but full. Just keep the body, don't let the body get set or fixed. No holding. Calm. Naturally manifesting. Integrated body. So letting the breathing come and go naturally. Just got this kind of calm feeling around the breathing apparatus on the sides of the body, the front of the body, and the back. Just all joining in, breathing, comfortable and relaxed. So these are the 5 points of embodied awareness for your training. And one doesn't have to spend ages tuning into them. One can literally, as one's walking along, just try to sense them. Even gradually, as one is in conversation or performing another function, another task, one can be aware of them. So they're just what it's like to be embodied. It's like driving a car and just being aware of the car, the whole car, the 4 wheels, the lights, how it changes direction, everything. So that's sort of what we're equating to. So you just stand, 5 points of embodied awareness. 1, 2, 3, joints, breathing. Those are the 5 points. So keeping that awareness, this is part of the training, is to establish the awareness at 5 points, awareness, and now start to move the center point in a nice moderate circle. Okay, so just first of all, see if you can actually feel as though you're turning this point in the body, as opposed to moving the hips, as opposed to moving the head, etc. Just try to relax and see if you can actually engage action here. Remember to breathe naturally as you do it. Just calm and centered. Sense of ease, underlying effortlessness, comfortableness, naturalness about the body. You need to be present, supporting the body. Where mind goes, energy follows. If you start thinking about other things other than the present moment and being embodied, then the energy goes to those things. Keep bringing the energy, the attention, the mind, the awareness back into the present moment. What does it feel like to move one's body from this point? Feel the weight changing in the feet, feel how the load in the legs changes. Just try to keep it comfortable and don't turn it into a stretch. Just keep moving in a very comfortable, relaxed way. This feeling of moving with ease, with integrated, comfortable naturalness, this is a fundamental part of training the deeper chi. Okay, if we're moving from a fragmented, stressed, kind of agitated state, then we're more likely to be moving the body as a fragmented thing with the superficial chi, without a kind of overarching kind of sense of ourselves in the moment. So try to come back into yourself, back into the moment, move the body in the center, relaxing, breathing, and being present, supporting the body with awareness. And change direction when you're ready. Try to keep these movements very smooth, continuous, flowing, and moderate. So you're trying to set up, train the body. I've been doing this exercise for a long time, so when I say to the body, do this, it's like riding a bicycle, it pretty much does that. If then I stay present and I observe, then I notice more things. When one first learns the exercise, one says to the body, do this, it kind of isn't sure it's doing it. You're constantly sort of having to manage it, etc. So you can't really notice the more subtle things. So just keep coming back to training the body to move smoothly, continuously, effortlessly, moderately, and try to be there with the whole thing, the whole vehicle from the head top to the feet, centered around the dantian. Relaxed and open joints, breathing, coming and going naturally. And bringing that to a stop. So I'd recommend that exercise highly. Get up in the morning before you've been on your feet for too long. Just give yourself some time to let the body integrate in the vertical plane. Coming back to ease, to breathing, to relaxation. Okay, we're going to do a diagnostic exercise now, which is going to both help us to understand how our body is feeling, particularly around the joints, and make them a little bit more, give them a little bit more space, etc. So you interlock your fingers, stand in one leg and put the toe of the other foot slightly behind you, and you start to circle the knee, and this drags the ankle around, and this rolls the foot and the ankle through a series of very gentle, moderate circular positions. You can keep changing direction. And so, if you get used to keeping the ankle and the foot very passive, and then you feel what it feels like. And sometimes, if you've been on your feet all day, or you perhaps worked hard yesterday, or you jumped down off something and you had a bit of impact in the foot, or you kicked something, or anything, you might notice a little bit of stiffness in a part of the ankle. This is your ground connection. We really want this to work. Okay, and then you can do with the hands, you can roll the hands. You can see my shoulders are staying mostly out of it. The elbows, I'm not deliberately moving the elbows. I'm moving the hands and I'm keeping the elbows heavy. And so they roll like this. And you can pull the hand towards you and you can push the hand away from you. And you can do this while you roll the ankle as well. So it's a good balance exercise. It's a good coordination exercise. And it's a good mobilizing mobility exercise. So change sides. Same thing again. You're standing on one leg, but you're not locking up the supporting hip. And you do these two actions. You can separate them out. In fact, in some respects, it's a good idea to do that every now and again. Sometimes you see students and they're kind of doing this with the arms. The leg's doing okay, or they're doing this with the hands, but the leg's kind of flopping about. You want the leg to go round in a nice smooth action. You want the hands to roll in a nice smooth action. And you want the body to know what this feels like so that when you intend it to do it, it does it on both sides, on both sides, very smoothly and in a relaxed way, while you're managing the head top, ground contact, dantian. Shoulders down, soft, relaxed, elbows heavy. Very good, shaking out the feet. Okay, so just standing quietly again. Sense of ease. Dantian, head top, feet, joints relaxed, open. Breathing coming and going naturally without losing the head top or the feet, or indeed the breathing in the joints. Find the dantian and turn it a little bit. You can see my arm's not turning. If I just move slowly like this, my arm doesn't move. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to swing the arm. It looks almost real, doesn't it? Okay, I don't want this to happen. What I want to happen is the arms to be like this. And if there's sufficient energy in the turn, then the arms might move. The arms moving is not that important. What's important is that we learn to turn from the dantian. We turn from the dantian. We keep the knees facing forward with the feet. We keep the head top suspended, tailbone sinking, front of the body soft. And we're relaxing and turning from the dantian. Then this energy that we're developing and generating and learning to use and control can manifest in the hands, in the arms. The saying in the classics, energy is rooted in the feet, released through the legs, controlled by the waist, and manifests in the hands and fingers. So you can sort of see that we're trying to develop this vertical axis dynamism while maintaining this very strong connection with the ground in the legs and keeping the sense of the top of the axis as well, the head top being relaxed. Sometimes when I'm doing my morning warm-up, I might stand and do this exercise for 10, 15 minutes. As you get better at it and you are doing it more simply, more correctly, it brings a lot of energy and integration into the body. It's very good. And relaxing. Okay, so just standing quietly. Feel your feet on the ground, just relax them, relax the ankles. Don't dig your toes into the ground, just relax. Arms hanging off from the body, shoulder points spreading and dropping. While the head top floats up, the tailbone sinks down, front of the body softens. Now we're going to do a breathing exercise which integrates the whole body. So if you put your hand, lower hand, fingers on the pubic bone, upper part of the sternum, where the collarbones meet, and as you just sit down into your legs and you close the front of the body. Now don't straighten the legs, but just open the front of the body. Okay, so I just want you to feel that action is independent of the legs. The legs are just staying as they are, supporting the body as it changes between a short front, a neutral front, and a stretched front. And no leaning forward as you close the front, and no leaning back as you stretch. Okay, and if you watch my bottom hand, it's coming up to meet the dropping top hand. And if you watch now, it's going down and back as the top goes up and back, creating an arch in the spine. So we really want to feel this. Now when you're down, push from the legs and open. So I'm just going to say something about the legs. When you get to here, just try it now. Try pushing your knees back, and you'll find your hips get slightly locked forward as well. This is too much effort. This is not correct. Soften the legs as if they're being stretched. Okay, so when you push back like this, you're actually anti-bowing them. You're pushing them back into the knee. Don't do that. Just make them long, just long, not push back. That's too much. So that happens here. And now start to soften the hips and sit as if there's a stool behind you. And your bum just touches the bar stool and you push. And the legs go long as the front lengthens. And you relax, the front shortens, you're sitting back and down. And you push from the legs and opens. Sit down, start in the down position, the arms floating here. And as you start to push, the previous exercise of lengthening the legs and opening the front, the arms go to the sides first, then they go up and they reach about here. So the elbows are slightly higher than the shoulders, but the shoulders are very relaxed and dropping. And that's the front of the body at its optimal open length, the legs optimally long and open, and the arms up in this sort of position. And now you relax the shoulders and the hips simultaneously, and you drop the hands back down, turning them over as they pass down, and push. So you can just relax into this. Just relax into this motion. But try to feel that the leg lengthening, the front lengthening, the arms rising comes to fruition together, and it turns around and starts to go yin together, and you reach this point and everything stops or reaches its most closed, short, hands down position simultaneously, and turns around and starts expressing the yang, simultaneously arriving and everything turning around together. So just stay with this process. We'll do another minute or so of this. Remember not to lean forward as you close. Don't lean back as you open. There can be a slightly greater connection with the heel on the sink, and the net weight can move slightly forward of the bubbling well as you rise. You're not rocking around in the feet. It's quite subtle. Weight moves slightly back from the dantian, from the bubbling well, slightly forward of the bubbling well, slightly back the bubbling well, etc. So the main thing is a sense of ease and integration. and moderateness in the body. Try to treat the head, the line of the head, as an extension of the spine and the pelvis and the ribs. Bring the hands down. Relaxing, just standing calmly for a moment. I'd recommend doing those exercises a little bit, straight after the session, just so you remind yourself of them, and then you've got access to them whenever you feel like it. That's great for today. Thanks for coming, guys. Hope to see you next week.